you love to create a course and make a couple of social media posts to then sit back and watch hundreds of thousands of dollars flow in? Yeah, well, every online creator and entrepreneur seem to be doing just that. They're all just cramming their course down your throat, and it's for good reason. In light of filming this, I decided to release my own course to see how easy it is to sell. And to say the least, the results are shocking. I'll be going over how much I made while uncovering everything I did to build and market the course later in this video. And at the same time, I'm going to be unlocking the secrets to why these prominent online figures make millions of dollars selling courses. Some of the wealthiest YouTubers sell info products. Iman Ghazi, Andrew Tate, Ali Abdaal, Grant Cardone, Ryan Panetta, Dan Koh, Justin Welsh, Alex Hormozi. And yes, at the end of the day, if you boil down what Alex Hormozi's gym launch is, it's a glorified course. Alex, if you're watching this, trust me, I'll say good things about you. But seriously though, it seems like every time an entrepreneur makes a little bit of money, they immediately resort to selling a course. Or you can see the classic entrepreneur selling a course telling you how to make money, only to discover that the entrepreneur makes all his money off of selling the course and not what he's actually teaching. And if we look at the e-learning industry, Yahoo Finance reports that the e-learning industry's market cap is at a whopping $278 billion. And e-learning is expected to double to $462 billion by 2027. Yeah, so it's not slowing down anytime soon. But why? Why are we seeing this rise in entrepreneurs making millions selling courses? Now I know what you're thinking. You might immediately say, courses are easy to do. Courses are a scam. Courses are a get-rich-quick scheme. While yes, there's a lot of scams going on, and we'll talk about that, but in reality, there's a bigger iceberg beneath the surface when it comes to the rise of entrepreneurs selling courses. And I'm officially dubbing them the name Coursepreneur. The beginnings of the Coursepreneur. We all remember this guy.
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here. Knowledge.
Yeah, Tai Lopez, who right now is conveniently making his comeback online after disappearing for a couple of years. I'll talk about why he's choosing to come back in a bit, but Tai was one of the most significant catalysts into why we see coursepreneurs today. He started off with teaching people how to grow a SMMA, a social media marketing agency. Whether you bought his course, you most likely knew of him. But info products aren't anything new. Tai wasn't the first person to come up with selling info products online. In 2006, this guy Jeff Walker released one of the first online info products and courses, and that's his product launch formula. It's a course on how to develop and launch an online business. We've seen this before, right? But this set off a wave of online educators teaching others about business, leading to another prominent figure in the online marketing and educational space, Dan Kennedy. Dan Kennedy single-handedly created some of the biggest coursepreneurs that we see today, like Russell Brunson, the guy who created the $360 million company ClickFunnels. Russell was personally mentored by Dan Kennedy. And going down the coursepreneur tree, we can see that Tai Lopez is a great friend of Russell Brunson and most likely was mentored by him as well. They're even in videos together talking about online marketing. Furthermore, going down, Alex Hormozi's entire marketing playbook is based off of Russell Brunson's marketing strategies, as Alex was personally mentored by Russell Brunson himself. Now, why is this important to you? First, you should definitely study the lineage of online marketers, especially when it comes to Dan Kennedy. And two, it's easy to see the lineage of the coursepreneur and how each top-level info product seller generates a whole new wave of coursepreneurs. However, Tai Lopez was one of the first at the intersection of the creator economy and the e-learning industry. It makes sense. He came onto the scene when YouTube and Instagram were just becoming popular. E-learning and the creator economy go hand in hand. They both fuel one another, and that's one of the biggest reasons why Tai is coming back. The creator economy is really hitting that hockey stick growth at the moment, which is the perfect time for him to re-enter the market, which leads into today, the explosion of the coursepreneur. The information era. First off, let me make my stances on courses clear. I love them. I've probably spent over $10,000 or more on courses. So my job here is to not bash anybody. I'm just shedding a light on a couple of things. So if you're on Money Twitter, Entrepreneur Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, then you know you can't scroll past a couple of posts without seeing an online figure saying, here's how to make $50,000 a month. And there's three main reasons why we're seeing the explosion of the coursepreneur on our feeds. Reason number one, scalability. So most coursepreneurs out there took a stab at creating a service-based business. Using Alex Hormozi, for example, the man who sold Gym Launch for $60 million. Alex often talked about the struggles when initially creating Gym Launch. Here's his original business model. Travel to gyms, fill them up with members, and then take the first month pay of the members. Simple, right? Well, not exactly. As we all know, creating a business is much more complex. Here are the issues that Alex was running into. He was using his energy to go to the gym, using his time to go to the gym, spending money on a sales manager, spending money on a team, spending time and energy to train the team, spending money to fulfill his service, etc. Now, all these problems were preventing him from scaling his business. It was too exhausting, too much money, too much time, too much energy. Most entrepreneurs run into this scaling problem around the 50K to 100K month mark. Heck, I've even experienced this myself. The problem is, to scale past the ceiling, you run into what I call the grind loop. And here's what the grind loop is. So to scale, you must hire more employees to get your time back. But to afford actually hiring those employees, you have to use your time that you don't have, your energy that you don't have, and more money that you don't have to all acquire more clients and then also successfully service them. And this is to just afford the employees to regain your time, energy, and make more money. It's difficult. That's why we see entrepreneurs resorting to selling courses. It's the easiest way to break that grind loop and get past your scaling problems. Packaging up all that knowledge and putting it into a course makes your service a digital product. And digital products are the highest leverage thing that someone can sell. Two main things disappear with a digital product. First is fulfillment, and second is operations. You create the product once and sell it as many times as you can. Your operation costs are next to nothing, as it goes from a done-for-you model to a do-it-yourself model. And you don't need employees because you're no longer actively servicing anyone. All the liability is placed on the students of the course. It's up to them to service themselves, resulting in your time and energy coming back, which shifts all your focus to marketing and sales. Alex Hormozi ended up realizing this when his time, energy, and expenses were all maxed out from flying to gym to service them. Everything pivoted for him when a gym owner called up Alex, asking Alex to come out to the gym and fill it up with members. At this point, Alex simply just wouldn't do it. He was maxed out. The gym owner was so desperate that he ended up asking Alex to just give him the information on knowing how to fill a gym up with members. So right then and there, Alex packaged up his info and sold it to the gym owner for $6,000. And this is the exact moment Alex broke that ceiling and passed all of his scaling problems. Many entrepreneurs run into this exact situation. Let's take Iman Ghazi, for example. He had a social media marketing agency that ran Facebook ads for companies. He ran into the same scaling problem. So what he did is packaged up his knowledge of knowing how to build a company to $100,000 a month, where that ceiling's at, and then he sold that information in the form of a course. Suddenly, his scaling problems were past him. Reason number 2, the perceived value and winning offer. If I gave you the exact steps to make $100,000 a year and you were guaranteed to do so, but all you had to do was pay me $1,000, would you do it? I definitely would take that deal because the value that I'm providing you is 100 times more than what the cost is. This is exactly what most coursepreneurs base their offer on. Going back to Iman and his course, Educate, that sells for $995. Now, he's not directly guaranteeing you if you buy the course, you'll become a millionaire or make 6 figures. But through his content marketing, he talks about how easy it is to make 6 figures. So most people are under the impression if you end up buying his course, you'll learn how to make $100,000 plus. This offer is a no-brainer in a perfect world. You spend $995 to make $100,000. This is highly enticing to the consumer, making the course a lot easier to sell because of the offer. Now let's break down Dan Koh's offer. He has a digital economics course where he teaches you how to productize yourself with a unique brand, profitable offer, and an AI-proof content strategy. Once again, he's not directly stating that you'll make $100,000 a year if you purchase the course, but on his website, there's screenshots of his income, and the way he speaks in his marketing gives the impression to viewers that, hey, if you purchase this course, you'll make $100,000. As a consumer, this is extremely enticing. You spend $1,000 on his course to make $100,000. What's in his course is theoretically worth 100 times more than the price. Now listen, I know there's other factors that play into this, like the actual outcome that someone will receive within the course, But for the coursepreneur, it's just a winning offer that many people can't refuse. Hence why we are seeing a lot of people making millions of dollars selling courses. Typically, if you're running a service and you want to provide $100,000 in perceived value, it's really tough to charge a client $1,000 to provide 100x in return like a course can. We just go back to reason number one: the operation cost, employee cost, time, energy, etc. All of this ends up jacking up the price of your service. Meaning, to provide $100,000 in perceived value, the price of the service is $10,000. Now, the barrier to entry as a consumer is way harder. And typically at that point, you're targeting people who can afford it, but you end up spending a lot more time on figuring out acquisition systems that eat into your profits. And this is why the course offer is so sticky for the consumer and amazing for the entrepreneur. Theoretically, and I'm saying theoretically for a reason, the coursepreneur can provide 100 times more value at a cheaper price. Reason number 3, the state of education. Speaking of the price to learn, colleges today are becoming a lot more distrustful. People spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to attend a college, all to get a great job to eventually make that money back. And with the state of online information, you can learn just about anything. Plus, colleges teach you outdated information. So many coursepreneurs are pushing information that are actually relevant in today's society. This is quite literally Iman Ghazi's entire marketing angle when it comes to selling his course. He often talks about how colleges are a scam, how they're a waste of money, and that you need to actually learn real world skills to earn money. And colleges don't teach that. And I happen to totally agree with him. I would much rather pay Iman Ghazi $1,000 to learn from him than pay $30K in tuition to a college to learn outdated information. The distrust for the education system is becoming an enormous wave. Coursepreneurs are capitalizing on that distrust. And not to mention, it's cutting out the middleman. Part of the reason why colleges are so expensive is because your money doesn't go directly to the professor. It goes to housing, staff, administration, buildings, campus upkeep, etc. Online courses just end up cutting out that middleman there, the college, and allowing you to directly pay the professor. It's a win-win for the consumer and the course creator. The course creator ends up earning a lot more, and the consumer ends up paying a lot less. Reason number 4, self-improvement cultural wave. Online figures like Andrew Tate, Iman Ghazi, and many, many more are influencing a generation of males between 12 and 18 or 25 to take action and self-improve. The idea of self-improvement is the backbone to a lot of coursepreneurs' marketing message. And often, one of the ways a lot of these coursepreneurs talk about self-improvement is to just build your own business. And how do they teach somebody to build a business? Well, through an online course, of course, right? You can see the domino effect here. When someone takes an online course, they're taught how to build a business through social media. And soon enough, they'll run back into that grind loop situation where they'll end up just selling a course to scale past their problems. Great versus a scammy course. Once again, I'm not here to bash anybody. Like Dan Koh, I've bought his course. I highly recommend it. But all this course talk leads into the biggest problem, whether a course is legit or not. Listen, it's easy to figure out which course creators are just trying to get rich off of you. Just do some research on the creator. If you have a halfway decent bullshit meter, you'll be just fine. What makes a great course? Number 1, network. Why do students still pay $300,000 to go to Harvard? Well, one of the reasons is the network effect. You get a community of high achievers trying to reach the same goals. Not to mention the network access you get from the alumni and being associated with Harvard. Design this aspect into your course. Number 2, the alumni. Harvard obtains its prestige from the alumni itself. The more successful the alumni are, the more willing people are to go to the university. And that brings me into my 3rd point, exclusivity. Once again, Harvard wants all of its alumni to be successful. It's the best form of marketing for them. So the success rate of each student is extremely significant. This is why Harvard only accepts the top 1% of students. It's because they know that those students will be able to apply the learnings and be successful after Harvard. A course that eliminates access and accepts only high achievers and initiative takers will result in successful alumni, preventing your course from looking like a scam. Alex Hormozi, the best coursepreneur model. When building Gym Launch, Alex took crucial steps within his company that allowed him to surpass most coursepreneurs. Let's unlock the secrets to his model because it's different than most coursepreneurs out there. The first is he legitimizes the course. Most coursepreneurs end up struggling to sell their business. It's because it's tied to a face and a personal brand. And this is exactly where Alex took a different approach with Gym Launch. He did an excellent job in branding the company and legitimizing it. Instead of one creator trying to go for a money grab, he has a team of coaches, employees, assistants, and media buyers, all helping out the students that come into the program. Number 2, selling courses to 15 to 18-year-olds and telling them that they can get rich is borderline scammy. Now, I'm not saying anybody I'm talking about is scammy, and there's a lot of great people who are teaching this group, but selling courses to legitimate business owners, in this case, gym owners, is much more applicable. Number 3, info agency. If we actually look how Gym Launch is set up, it's an info agency, and that's basically a modification between an agency and a course. Alex himself has directly stated he doesn't like the agency model due to the things I explained before and his scaling problems. So he has this modified info agency where he just teaches gym owners how to fill their gyms. And he does this by showing them all the techniques he used to use when he was servicing gyms himself. At the same time, like I said, other coaches, mentors, assistants, employees, media buyers help the gym owner or the student be successful throughout the entire program. The key here is that there's a lot of things implemented to make sure that they are succeeding along the way. It's a little bit more like a done with you model. And there are things that the Gym Launch team will take over, like the media buying and setting that up for a gym owner. After that though, it's left to the gym owners to go through the teachings, to educate themselves on implementing the techniques that help fill the gym, make it more profitable, and retain more members. Alex and Gym Launch do a really great job at following the Harvard model. And look, if Gym Launch was a scam and wasn't legit, he would have never been able to sell that company for $60 million. And now let's get into the secret sauce on how much I made selling my course when doing some research for this video. So when I was selling my course, I made $20,000 in 5 days. By that math, I was on track to make $50,000 plus. But actually, there's more that meets the eye to just recording a couple of tutorials and then doing a couple of social media posts and watching the money flow in. We'll get into the exact key steps I took to how I made that much in 5 days. But before we do, let me just say this. I have been building my online presence for 8 months and consistently have been posting 2 to 3 videos a week. At the time of releasing that course, I roughly had 40,000 followers. So you can say that 8 months went into me making $20,000 in 5 days. So what exactly was my course? Well, the course I created was to teach editors how to become an advanced editor and animator to work with top-level influencers and brands. We all know that courses can have a negative connotation now. Releasing a half-assed course could potentially ruin my brand and all the hard work I put into it. So the amount of hours that went into the development of the course was crazy. I wanted to create the highest quality program that had eye-opening information. In doing so, it took me 2 to 3 months to build the course. And the information that went into the course was literally 12 years I have of editing experience. But let's get into the real meat here. How did I make this $20,000? How did I market the course? I'm about to reveal as much as I can. Let's start at the top of the funnel, the awareness and content strategy. My organic content marketing was the main engine and the main reason for the success of the course. When selling a course, it's all about the marketing and how many eyes you can get on your brand. And it's also important to make sure that you're getting the correct audience as well. So I centered my personal brand around these 4 things: marketing, business, content creation, and video editing. I led with value-based content, posting videos like these. Here are the best animation backgrounds that you can use in your video. Retention editing. It's the art of keeping an audience's attention throughout the entire video. And I'm gonna give you 3 of my biggest editing tips that will significantly. These videos killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Like I said, I just provided value, and then I also was able to capture an email. I also ended up making longer tutorials on YouTube. However, I need to leverage my Instagram following to make my YouTube videos successful. So I made posts like these. Where I had a direct call to action to a video that provided even more value. Now, depending on your situation, it may be tough for you to make videos like this or in the similar fashion. But if you're creating that awareness content and have a link to more YouTube videos, this is a perfect funnel. It's really tough to have a call to action on a top of funnel content. It's too fast paced, you can't lead people directly to the course. People just swipe away. Funneling to a longer form video makes it way easier to have a call to action on said video, which brings us to the middle of the funnel. Now listen, there are funnels within funnels here. So let me break my middle funnel down by each section. First, like I was just saying, is long form videos. Most people see YouTube as top of funnel, but it really teeters from the top of funnel to the middle of the funnel. It's like a little in between type of thing. The goal with a YouTube video is to have the viewer spend a lot more time with you. Think about it. Each time someone takes a step down your funnel, they're spending more time with you, or the relationship becomes more personal and they receive a bigger volume of value, which does all the typical things like allowing them to trust you more and you just build more authority. And with YouTube videos, as I was saying, it's great to have a call to action on it. Just because the video is a lot longer, so there's a lot more value being provided and people are more susceptible to that call to action due to you building that trust and authority within the long form video. And here's the thing, I still wasn't leading to the course. And the types of videos I was making on YouTube are things that I would actually put in the course itself. The key to marketing the course is giving away the course for free. People are purchasing the course looking for golden nuggets and how to effectively apply their learnings. That's a big key right there. And they also want a platform where the information is synthesized for a correct learning environment, rather than you creating a value-based YouTube video or content, but you still need to have that viral aspect to it. So around 30 seconds into my YouTube videos, I would have the call to action. And the goal here wasn't to bring people to the course. You want to make the barrier of entry a lot lower. Little baby steps here. So what I did is led people to my waitlist. Capturing emails is crucial. It's the only way to contact your audience without relying on an organic algorithm. Moving people from the YouTube video to the waitlist was a lot easier for the lead. All they had to do was just give me their email. And from a number standpoint, this helped me out a lot. I was expecting roughly 2 to 8% of the waitlist to convert into purchasing the course. Lead magnet. If I haven't mentioned before, collecting emails is crucial, right? A lead magnet makes it very easy to do so. Within my Instagram post and YouTube videos, I gave away free editing assets in exchange for an email. The purpose of a lead magnet is just to provide a lot more value, but you get a little bit of something in return, and that's the email. And this email list is different from the wait list. The goal here was to obtain at least 6,000 emails, expecting 1% to convert. And the reason why the conversion is a lot lower is because the lead magnet email list isn't warmed up yet. You can warm them up into taking action by consistently providing more value within more emails and just producing more value-based content so they can see you. And the lead flow that I had for the lead magnet email list was just simply that, providing more value within the email. But within the email, I'd often direct towards signing up for the waitlist. This was great for moving leads to that next step and getting more of a commitment. Bottom of funnel. Once again, I'm going to divide this into sections. The first here is early access, urgency, and cohorts. There's two sides to the coin here. Leading up to the course release, I knew I needed to create some urgency within my leads. And I did this by keeping the course up for only 5 days. All my marketing and copy within the emails would be based off of the 5-day offer. This easily created a scarcity mindset within the leads because I often said that the course wouldn't be available until 1 to 3 months later, which is totally true. And the second side to the coin here is I didn't want to have many students within the first cohort. This is the first time I've ever created a course. So I wanted a small amount of people I could focus on to ensure their success, which in return will also give me a more one-to-one relationship with my students. And that's also extremely valuable for somebody purchasing the course. You can leverage that special treatment or being the first in the course early access type thing into your marketing copy. Also in return, since there wasn't so many people in the course, I ended up gaining a lot of feedback on how to improve things. And this will allow me to increase the price of the course just because the course will be bulletproof in the future and lead to more people's success. Number 2 here is the email blasts. I built up the list and it was time to send out the emails for the 5-day offer. So each of those 5 days, I sent out only 1 email. It was easy to see that each time I sent out a new email, there would be a spike of sales. Here's a straightforward template that I followed within my emails. First, I created urgency, something along the lines of like, there's only 3 days left to purchase this course. Second, I built trust. I did this by just showing them what's in the course and what they'll be learning. If you're already selling a course and you have reviews, this is a perfect spot to put them. And the third thing here is I handled objections. In the email, I answered common objections that somebody might have before they purchase the course. Listen, I didn't get too crazy with the copywriting in my emails. If you did the work before with your content lead system, the trust, authority, and value is already there. So the email can be a simple thing. And last is the landing page. I kept this as simple as I could as well. I mean, I literally built the thing in one night. I just wanted to convey my main marketing message, which is it's now the time of the editor. Editors on the rise. There's a lot of demand for them. And being a top level editor and animator for social media is extremely crucial. And I used little tactics here and there when it came to the offer and everything that they will receive in the course. Like a gigantic asset pack. I also put bonus material in there. These types of things make the perception of the course a lot more valuable. Now, if you want a more comprehensive detail when it came to marketing the course, let me know. I can create an entire video on this. Put a comment below if you're interested. So ultimately, a lot goes into creating a course. And we went over a lot of reasons why there are major online figures building courses. Time will tell if this trend will continue or if the market will pop. But to me, this is just the beginning of e-learning. I mean, we still have an entire generation where they think colleges aren't a scam, and soon they'll be awakened to the idea of online learning.